Tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Speaking of being magical today, I'm Froste. Welcome to Froste. A lore for Legend Seeker, the thing you can see up there on my little box here. How do I get up there? See? Dragging up there? Yeah. I'm totally normal. Shush. Oh. It'll fix most things. Ish. So hopefully I am coming across not completely peaking, not too low. The machines are rebelling. Exactly. Hello, Crescent. Hello, Gino. How's it going out there? Looking at this. This is going to respond. Wow, that's fancy. Was your bar down there always that color, Crescent? I mean, you know, time is okay. All right, it's fine. Yeah, my machine is totally fine when I set it up. I unplugged it, moved it over here, put it up on my shelf, got it all set up, hooked it up to this thing a few days ago. When I restarted it, it had changed my time zone to, I think it sent it to the East Coast, I think. I don't know why. It was fine when I was using it over on my workbench. So I'm sitting here getting all these messages and looking at Discord and all the times wrong. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, somebody changed my time zone. Thanks, gremlins. Ah, you changed color schemes. Got it. There's color machine. I fixed my camera somewhat. It's still a little blown out. But I am playing around with it. Now I get blown out here when I play around with this light. I can warm the light up. Look at that, I'm warm. I can do this. Yeah, and there's a little bit of color coming off of all this stuff in front of me, so you can see, you know, half of my beard is white, half of my beard is different color, because the machine over here is casting color on me too. I'm like, oh geez, I got all kinds of problems. And I got a call from Scam Likely. Oh, I hate that guy. But yeah, I got the camera mostly fixed, I think. I hope. We'll find out. I should have started off with it upside down like I did in April Fool's. That would have been great. I got the maps over onto this machine. I finally figured out OneDrive. Now I'm too exhausted. I can't think. There's no writing. I'm sorry. I'm just going to stare at the screen. No, we're going to write. We're going to write about stuff. Now, one thing I want to do is something I had been putting off until I got a lot more of the idea of the story behind everything, is the political makeup of some of these countries, who's currently in charge, and the history. So what I think I'm going to do is temporarily, just so I have it separate for myself here, the Goldfield. Wait, why is Wagonville, Portside, Goldfield, Woodhall? Oh, okay, that's fine. I'll change those. I got some weird headings in here. I want to put a little heading, or not a heading, but a little specific thing about Fryland, about the government and its makeup, so people can look at it and, well, figure out what it is. And likely that guy owes me money. By the way, Chrysanth, I was going to ask you, have you still been working tons of overtime? I almost said overdrive. Okay, got it. Or are you past that? Because I know you said summer hours. I don't know how long summer hours last. Like the whole summer, or just a week, a month, or how it works? Because I know you said you get some days off because of it. And how that's going. Because you said you needed coffee. Gino Fury says, I blame Chrysanth for this. Well, all right, I'm good with that. Frankly, I don't think she gets enough blame. She even said she was an evil person, so I believe it. Summer hours go until Labor Day. Ah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. All right, government. Gonna be struggling during a Rude Eyes Wednesday night game. Oh, well, yeah, I believe it. How long does that go for? Is that 2 hours? I thought it was only 2 hours anyway. All right, local moots to report to the marshal and his council. All right, we're going to probably change a little bit of this around, because I think we're going to look at this from a top-down perspective. So if the head of the government of Fryland is the king or queen, who is also referred to... No E in throwback to the ancient island. It's 3 hours. Oh, it's 3 hours. Oh, really? 3 hours? I didn't realize it was 3. Oh my gosh. As last session I pulled 7 because I started falling asleep and somebody asked me something. I went, what are we doing? I know that I was watching one of the streams when you were playing. Is he playing the pony thing in this one, or is this going to be more necrophysis? All right, so we gotta go over here. We gotta open a thing. While I'm asking questions, I'll open some windows. Oh. I'm a little bit tired because, well, I just had a long day, but Elvino sat on my lap this morning and then also at lunch, and he was just snoring away, happy as a little kitty cat on my lap. And I had to finally let him go outside because, well, put him outside because I needed to have my hands to work. And he was not happy about that. But if he was on my lap right now, I think I'd just be like, wait, what are we doing? I might be doing that. Anyway, let's see here. What was I doing? I'm opening this Word document and I'm opening this page. All right, we need. I gotta change something in my preferences and stuff here because I don't want my preferences because it messed up my vault search. Copy and paste. Where's my privacy search and surface? Privacy, security, tracking, clear browsing data. Nope. Search and connect. No. Suggest similar stuff, save time and money. No. 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 Our search. Okay, all I want to do is search engine used in the bar. Here we go. There we go. Search on new tabs. You search. Yeah, we'll do the search box. All right, we'll save that. All right, let me close this once. I want to see if it gets me back to this because I use DuckDuckGo searching often, and it went back to Bing. No, dismiss. Bing is not. It's still searched with Bing. Why? My gosh, people, let it go. Nobody uses Bing. All right, I'm ashamed of myself for that outburst. Horribly upset with myself. All right, share, copy, paste, cookie site, default browser, start home, new privacy search services. Even finding it, they make it difficult. Right. Address bar and search. It's set to DuckDuckGo. Search on new tabs, uses search bar, then address bar because that's where it's at. Manage search engines. Of course, it's recommended. I don't care. I move this up to the top of the list. Of course, I can. All right, that's all the search engines I have available. All right, well, let's try this again. Let's try again. Again. If I go, oh, it's still got the damn. It's got this Copilot search bar. It won't let me get away from. I use Brave Search. Yeah, I like Brave Search. I just like DuckDuckGo's format and the way they do stuff, but I should probably use Brave. Try it again. All right, let's see if this works this time. Yes, it used DuckDuckGo. Okay, good. I gotta answer my. This. I will look up my word here. We need a good old fashioned. Good old fashioned. It's gonna sound really random. Good old fashioned pig roast, I think, because it's summer and I am suddenly hungry for food, and I thought to myself, pulled pork. And it has nothing to do with anything I'm searching for, but while I was answering messages, I'm like, pulled pork. All right, that is not working. Okay. Let's see. Oh, the D&D game Wednesdays. Oh, that one. Okay, sorry. I thought you meant his live stream. Got it. Pony Island. I don't know when he's playing. I'm playing that. Probably going to finish the process first. On a scale from 1 to you're dead, how dead would I be if I were to hypothetically go to ChatGPT and have it draw a picture of a lady holding a baby Ewok dressed as a bag of Doritos? I think 2, maybe 3. He's going to struggle with Pony Island. There are a lot of puzzles. Well, that's half the fun, right? It's like me in a driving game. And bears. Use Brave Search, you said, Vijay. Hello, Vijay, by the way. Hello, hello, hello. So dead. Ask Jeeves. Hey, I used to use Dogpile, too. Dogpile. Ask Jeeves. Yeah, pulled pork is good. The way we make it is with a variant on a Carolina. I think it's a North Carolina marinade we put on it, or sauce. We make like a 5-gallon pail of it. It has a little bit of tomato paste, but 90% of it is apple cider vinegar, mustard, hot sauce, and all this other stuff in a big bucket. And you just keep basting the thing through the whole night, and then use that exact same recipe of stuff for sauce you pour over the pork. It's like a very tangy, very vinegar. It's not sweet at all. Sauce. It's so good. All right. Let's see. Let's see what the etymology of this word. This is Old French and Old German. Okay. So Faruda has to dress as a pony, so you have to wear a tail and have a fake butt tattoo. Oh, Gino, you're asking all the questions no one wants an answer to. Um, Scalius. Okay, that is a Frankish Latin word. Okay. But the head of the kingdom of Fryland is the king or queen, who is also referred to as Marshal. Throwback to Marskalk or Mascalius, the ancient Fryland and Agrian words for a or servant or tribal leader. Okay. I don't know if you played it. It's a trip. I don't even want to look at it. Honestly, I'm scared to look at it, but I might at some point. All right, so we've got the head of the kingdom of Fryland is the king or queen, who is also referred to as Marshal. Throwback to Marskalk or Marscalius, the ancient Fryland and Agrian words for a horse servant or tribal leader. I typed the words. This is how good the AI is. It is so smart. I said, their throwback to Marskalk or Marscalius, the ancient Fryland and Agrian words for a horse servant or tribal leader. They are Sir, and I typed in SER. I was going to say served. It said serrated. Yep, I'm pretty sure the king is serrated. You got me, AI. I was going down the wrong path. I'm happy that it makes so many mistakes. Otherwise, I'd be a little more worried about it. I think a My Little Pony jumpsuit would be sufficient. Hey, if we can get him a onesie. Tell you this, Frost, the only thing cutesy about that game is the title and the first 20 minutes of it, maybe. I've heard that it is disturbing. Is it like the Happy Tree Friends or Happy House Tree Friends, whatever, where it was just disturbing dismemberment and death with all the little cute bunnies and creatures? AI is the future. Why I turn those features off. You heard it here, folks. She's living in the past, which is a great song by Jethro Tull, by the way. All right, tab over here, and I can put that there. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Sort of, but with more demons and arcade machines. Okay, then. That just makes me think of Brutal Legend. Right. I guess that word works. Yeah, as luck would have it, right now, the song I am listening to is Skating Away on the Thin Ice of a New Day by Jethro Tull. An amazing song. If you've never heard it, you should listen to it. If you've never read the words, you should go read the words. Meanwhile, back in the year one, belonged to no one. Stop. What's the word for that? Million generation removed from expectations. Love it. Brutal Legend was fun. We'll go with Ross. Okay. Okay, I'm looking up the etymology. I love etymology. I love words. The etymology of the word lord. Laverd, Laverd from Old English, Hlaford, master of a household, ruler, feudal lord, superior husband, also God, translating Latin Dominus, Greek Kyrios in the New Testament, Hebrew Yahweh in the Old, though English Dritan was more frequent. Old English Hlaford is a contraction of earlier Hlafwerd, literally one who guards the loaves. From Hlaf, bread, loaf, and Werd, keeper, guardian. Perceive or watch out for. I love it because when you think about it, if you've ever read the story of King Alfred, and there's a scene in the story where he is, Guthrum and his people have taken, oh my gosh, what their town, whatever. I can't remember their towns for the suddenly West. No, whatever the town, the capital of Wessex. They took it and forced them out, and he's on the run with his people, and he was in the marshes. He's forced in the marshes, and he had to hole up with an old woman and her husband. And while he was hiding, the woman said, "Okay, we're gonna go out and do things. You stay hidden here. All you have to do is watch the bread, make sure it doesn't burn." And he's so enraptured and so in thought of trying to think how he's going to escape and get back into his kingdom, that he's not paying attention, and the loaves burn. And the lady comes in and basically berates him and says, "You only had to do one thing. You had to watch the bread so it didn't burn." But in him watching the bread cook and then burning and all this stuff, somehow he totally conceived a plan on how to go and force them back out of his city, which was great. Loaves. So it's funny because that literally is the Lord is he who guards the loaves, and he wasn't guarding them very well. So that's fun. But anyway, I'm trying to come up with a good word that is for the Lord's here, that the king, the marshal, would actually have control over. So I'm looking at the Hlafords, but I'm also looking at the old High German Froste. Is a really cool sounding word. So I think I'm gonna smash a couple things here. I'm gonna the Hrosford. Territories of there's we'll say he or she is, because it could be a queen, served by the Hrosford, lords who watch over the territories of the royal family's pleasure. Yeah, no kick tonight. It doesn't want to work. But thank you for coming over here, Darth Dave. Lobes or loaf? It sounds like Elijah. And they make up all these stories because they're like, hey, this is a cool story. It's based off a biblical story, and it probably never happened. But it gets people who are, part of the church, part of whatever thing. They're like, oh man, that strikes a nerve. They may not remember why it strikes a nerve, but it strikes a nerve. And that's why in a lot of writing, you'll call back to things that are like, it's not necessarily messianic, but you're like, hey, there was a parable of this, there was a parable of that. And you'd be like, I'm going to use the building blocks of that. And then people will be like, oh, this clicks in my head, and I don't know why. And even people who don't believe in anything in the Bible are really smart to read it because they will get so much more out of literature. Oh my gosh. They will be astounded how many levels there are to things that they never even thought about. Anyway, Bethlehem is house of bread. There you go. Bread of life. Bread. So I will be, when I'm doing this stuff, I will just go down rabbit holes. It's fun. So that is interesting. For horse, solid ungulate perissodactyl mammal of the family Equidae and genus Equus, Century Dictionary, Old Latin horse from Proto-Germanic hars, Old Norse hras, Old Frisian, Old Saxon horse, Middle Dutch ors, Dutch Ross. I love Ross. Old High German Ros, German Rossa. horse of unknown origin, by some connected to the Greek "kers," to run, source of Latin "currere," to run. They say it's a loan word from an Iranian language, Sarmatian, also borrowed into Uralic. Okay. The usual Indo-European word is represented by the Old English eu, Greek hippos, equus, from equo, another Germanic horse word, is old. The Old English vicg, I don't even know how to pronounce that. From Proto-Germanic wigja, source of the Old Frisian wech, wig, or vig. Wow, I love it. The Romantic words, fresh cheval in Spanish caballo, the cavalier, Dutch paard, feared, and that's where I'm taking it. I went sort of into the Dutch with the feared. This is, it's just, I love it. Amazed at looking at films for Christian metaphors, especially the ones that have atheist writers. Horse words. Well, horse feared, the horse armies, the horse lords, because these people have quite a presence across their plains of horsemen, but they also have really skilled footmen, heavy footmen. But they have a lot of riders because they have to get across their land. Like, Germans and the French and the Polish back in the day. What's a good number? See, okay, we're gonna zoom in on them. We're gonna zoom in the map. We need to do some world building here, everybody. If we look at the map here, we have Freilund. It's a very large place. The boundaries go all the way around up to Solvenor, up into Thornwald, to Dunvilt and Dunhelm. Mordecai's Throne is technically part of it. It goes all the way to the river across here, next to the edge of Sennis Fall on this side of the river. So it's a big place. Now, this is, let me see here. What are your thoughts here? If I do an overlay, I do this. This place is, let me do it in map scale units. This is 180 or 176 miles across that way. How do I clear? There we go. And from top to bottom, if we were generous here, we go a little bit farther. It's 230 miles across that way. So it's a pretty big area. So the equivalent would be let's see. If we did this, so let's just do, oops. Why don't I round up? I'll just do 40,000 square miles. We'll just do that. We got to find a state that's similar to that. This would be equivalent to the size of Kentucky, for one. Technically, Ohio, Mississippi. It's in the range around these states, so it's not small. It's not a small place. How many territories do you think that should be broken into? Because it's one kingdom. I'm trying to think how many of the lords on this council there should be. Because I mean, if say there was one guy who ruled the area around Hafenwold and Dunhafen and had a couple of villages and stuff down here, is that a good enough spot, or do you think it should be like there's one for this area, one for this area, one for this area, one for this area, and there's like 8 of them, so they'd have like a good chunk. Some of their explanations are more theories. Oh yeah, well some of them are, yeah. Hello, Cage Gory. 36. No, 36 is too many. There'd be just everywhere. Because you can do, I can do a region here. Like if I click on this and say, hey, if a guy was the person who was in charge of this whole area here, that thing is, that's 133 miles just by itself. By another 50. So that's a pretty good space. But I mean, does that seem too large of an area for one person to be in charge of? Because if I did this, then we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 total. And that would probably be a little smaller. It'd probably go to like the road or something like that. Yeah, like 6 or so, maybe, you think? Because I'm gonna do something real quick here. I'm gonna click on a thing. Let me make another region. We'll make this one orange. We're gonna start because this one would go up to the river. I'm trying to find a real spot where it would go to the top of the mountains and then down, probably go across in some natural formation across. So we'd have 2, then we'd have, like, say we do another one that's green, and this would be, it would probably make sense for this one to be kind of around this area up to Greenhaven, and it would probably go up to this road and come down, and it would connect. I'm not going to keep these on the map, but I'm just drawing them because then we'd have a green area. Let's make one that's this horrible color. It would be the person who's in control of this side of over here, near the elves. Because they're the ones charged with keeping Dunblur. Got that. We'll do one for the center here. Kind of trying to get an idea. Well, would this go? I think this one would probably go up and encase between the mountains here. Probably include Dunberga all the way over here, because this is technically the king's area. But I mean, it would have to be governed by someone, right? The king isn't going to govern a specific area, I guess. And then we just have the last one. So maybe we'll end up with 6, like you said, Dave. And we'll do a red one here. Because then this one would go all the way down here, across, go through. There. And there we'd have, you know, the basic control regions of this. So yeah, we'd have 6. Makes sense. Screenshot of that for my own future self. 100 square miles is probably a fair size. Okay. Depending on the resource, very high abundance allows higher amounts of kingdoms. True. Actually, even 100 square miles means everything in what is 2 to 4 day journey. Yeah, it's going to be, you know, pretty good. On the roads, you'll be able to move faster, but across land, you're going to be taking some time to get places. And it's possible that each one of these sublords has, like, hey, you're in charge of my northern border, you're in charge of my southern border. And these people don't necessarily fight each other much anymore, but they're, each one of them, and the way I put them here, each one of them controls a significant portion of the border. So every one of them is charged with some border. Like, these people have to guard against orcs. These people have to guard against the undead. These people have really nothing to guard against because Sena's Fall is like a just group of people. But they do have river traffic to contend with. Hinderwald has the coast and pirates and stuff. This place would have, pirates and the coast, but they also have relationships with the elves, and these people guard against nothing really except anything that would come up through here. But they have to maintain Dunblur, which is a fallback position, and these people have to maintain Dunbrega with the Horse Valley behind it. Yeah, because you can go, I mean, depending on if you have a horse and stuff, you can go, 18 to 30 miles a day. If if you push yourself, but not everybody will. But adventurers want to, go as fast as possible, so they always take the highest number they can. It's what they do. It's adventures. So, if we were going along this route, these would be the political boundaries. We'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll just say that there are 6. Um, so I'll say currently there are 6 members on the council corresponding the 6 current. What did I call them before? I called them something. I gave them a name. What did I call them? Calculate war, defense, the local moots. Their pledging fealty to their Frostford. Okay. This is why I'm writing this up, because I can rework the wording at the beginning, and it will make sense. Paying their taxes, pledging their Frostford yearly. Okay. And so underneath them will be chieftains, and each Frostford has a local moot. So there's like, say, 4 or 5 chieftains in here who control, like, hey, you're the guy who's in charge of Aldholm, you're in charge of Einstock, you're in charge of Vilhofen, you're the guy who patrols over here. So you've got sublords. They go to a thing called the moot, and they have a local moot with their local person. So in each one of these, there will be a fortress or a kingdom, or their seat of power in it, which probably is just literally a fort and a little village with it. But they meet yearly, pledge fealty back to their Frostbeard, who in turn is loyal to the king or the queen. So, but they pay their taxes and do that yearly. Most wish to rule in relative, because these guys don't love power structures, and they want to be left alone for the most part, which is fine because they want everybody to be strong and individual. So, great on the centralized power that reminds me of the past under Agrian's rule. Okay. Most yeah, okay, we'll go back down to the lower part and we'll cover it here. My music stopped. I need something else here. Let's see. Let's listen to some. We're gonna listen to some. Weirdly enough, we're gonna listen to some Pink Floyd. We're gonna listen to Wish You Were Here. I was gonna listen to some Asia, but I'll listen to that afterwards. All right, so we've got a basic structure there. The head of the Kingdom of Freeland, Fryland, is king or queen, is referred to as the Marshal. Roll back to the Marskalk or the Marskalius, the ancient Fryland Agrian words for a horse servant or tribal leader. He or she is served by the Hrostfjord, the lords who watch over the territories of Freeland at the royal family's pleasure. Currently, there are 6 members on the council, corresponding the 6 current. Let me make sure that I'm getting this this word right. Shallow place, Proto-Germanic, passage, harbor, leader pass over. Okay. All right, so it's 5 years. I think you can tell. Winchester. That was the capital of Wessex. Wittencaster, where they had the Witten. Six members on college corners and 6 current fjords. Ryland is divided into we'll say that. Each Frost fjord has a number of local chieftains that control his or her lands. Guilty yearly at Moots. Make treaties. Make treaties, pay their taxes. Okay. Do they make the best crossbows? Everybody makes the best crossbows. I don't know. I'm not sure who would make the best crossbows. I mean, I would think that in this world, the dwarves would make the best crossbows. Unless you're making some kind of a, different joke. I don't know. I do wish I could move these things to different layer. Because I can select them. But I can't, as far as I can tell, I can't move these to other layers. I can change settings and stuff, but it doesn't let me move them around. I can't put them in another layer. It tells me the approximate area. This is 10,627 miles of total land. This one is 66,000 miles. 647. Sorting adjustment. Wonder if I can. Oh, see there, I can put it behind stuff. So I could technically move them behind things. I could have them underneath. Huh. Wonder how far down I can go. How far does it go? Put it under everything. So I could sink them really low behind everything, but they're so in the way is the problem. Oh, calculate coast snapping. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of neat. There's even a coast snapping thing. Wow. When I get to the point of making these, I'll probably make a separate map that has a copy with all these things on it. Yeah. Oh, Winchester? Ah, got it. Guns don't exist in the universe. Yeah, even though by the time most fantasy are set relative to our time, matchlocks are definitely a thing, if not better, but that's not the point. And I'm rambling now. Good job. You rambled, but I like it. Yeah. Have you ever read the novel series? The first one, it's called The Guardians of the Flame. The first book is, I think, called The Guardians of the Flame or The Broken Chain. I can't remember what it's called. It was a trilogy, but then it became like a bunch of other books. And it's about a bunch of college students who get transported into a fantasy world, and they have to deal with it. And it's kind of brutal in parts, but they have to deal with slavers. But since they know stuff from this world, they eventually, through a lot of hardship and all this stuff, they actually set up a place. But they have a person who understands engineering really well because he's an engineering student and he's well versed in thermodynamics and all this stuff. he invents, using the stuff that they find with some people they know there, a way to take crystals that they make out of magic and stuff and make it into a powder that they can ignite using water, introducing water back to it, and they make guns, which are, you know, like matchlocks and things like that. They're kind of unpredictable and dangerous, but they change the power dynamic in the world. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. You should check it out if you want a kind of a sort of campy but kind of fun old series. It's from the 80s. They're pretty good books. There's my note. All right, so I'm going to take these things and leave them for the moment before I save. I can always remove that next time I open this. It's fine. I think magic guns could be a fun thing to use, like magic stones as bullets. Yeah, yeah. It'd be kind of fun. Guns are magic. All right, so what is this? Each Frost period is the number of local chieftains that control his or her lands, pledging their treasure to make sure his home and pay their taxes. There are 6 members on the council. Trust period is the number of local chieftains that control his or land. Hmm. I think of a good name. I think we'll go with Sigurd. Sigurd the Red, maybe. Oops. The Guard of the Crimson? Eh? No. Greetings from my undisclosed location. Huh. Wait a second. That sounds like you're hiding from Chrysanth. Okay. Let's see. What are we gonna listen to again? What are we gonna listen to? Big Country. You may not have spelled that right. Stars, people. Wait a second. You're closer to Chrysanth than normal. Oh, okay. All right. Disturbing. Disturbing. You heard it here, folks. Fantastic is not normal. I think that's what he said, right? I think. All right, I just heard a noise outside. All right, I'm gonna give you chair stream for a second. I'll be right back. See what they did. What has you did? That's proper grammar. Proper grammar. That was a new. Ah, that cat that's been coming around. Pudding, who's looks like butterscotch pudding. He decided that since he's sitting on one of the chairs out here, that on the lamp I have a little hook with a chain coming down to a fly trap, and flies will go around it. They'll get in and get trapped, and they'll die. He saw the flies, and he's like, "Oh!" And so he's like batting at it, like I can get them, and it's stirring them up inside, but none are coming out because they can't get out, and it was going thump, thump, thump against the house. I have moved the chair away so he can't get there next to it now. He's helping. All right. Is anyone here normal? I am normal. Was that every question? Ask is not normal than the rest of us, but still, I'm back. Was prepping some fun posts for tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Prepping some fun posts for tonight. This is all bad. This is all bad. We're all gonna pay for it. Love when you look up reviews for a product and YouTube channels that reviewed are named PP Dangler or Rapid. Those are great, horrible names. Hi, if I stayed in my hotel window and wave, can you see me? Creepy. Okay. Huh. Okay, we'll say invading orcs. Current king is Sigurd, also known as Sigurd the Red, an old crow caller for the crows that followed in the wake of his battle against invading orcs in his youth. Members feasting upon the mounds of dead invaders. Who is digging it? What are you doing out there now? My cats. Love cats. Or was that YouTube? That was YouTube. Okay, that was just YouTube stuff. Never mind. It's nothing. It's nothing. All right. It's fun stuff. The one from Moonskull YouTube goes out in 2 minutes. Sub to Frost, you losers. Get in. We're going to Frost channel. And yes, thank you. People want fun Moonskull stuff. Why not watch some shorts? See what I did there? That's very nice. That's a good point. Watch those shorts. Short them up. Get those watch hours going. Watch those things. And how do I? There we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba. There. Okay. Okay. Two. Yeah. Keep him employed. Percent the thing that you were saying that got sent out, is that an announcement? Is it a Twitch or a Twitter thing on X, or is it a thing on the YouTube channel? I'm just checking to make sure. All right, go with that, and I'll click on it up here and everything. All right, I was just saving a thing off. So I'm calling this guy Old Crow Caller for the crows that followed in the wake of his battles against the invading orcs in his youth, their numbers feasting upon the mounds of the dead invaders. So basically his army was just followed by, crows, because they were following and were like, oh, you've left a mound of dead orcs behind for us? Don't mind if we do. YouTube post, but it will go out as a tweet too. Oh, okay. Did it go out? Did it go out? Did it go out? Did it go out? No, I want to see. Oop. All right. So, what else do we want to talk about with the government? The head of the kingdom is the king or queen, who's referred as the marshal. Throwback to the marshal. I guess I could name the feards. Um, about 10 minutes is a tweet. Oh, okay, cool. Let us see. Oh, that was an interesting song to put on after that. Asia, heat of the moment, and then Howard Jones, nothing is to blame. Kind of a down tempo moment. Let's see. Here, and we will type in looking up some etymology here. Growing vigorous. An old. Yeah, it's an odd song change, but whatever. What's the X username? Polly Pocket on a rocket. I don't know. Trying some alliteration there. It's probably Moonskull. Just my guess. Probably Moonskull 36, actually. If you ever want to see me post anything too, you can find me on X. I'm really exciting on X. I post occasionally. Okay, really infrequently. Santa ignores my DMs. Most are friendly, but she's so suspicious. Hey, she's just worried about letter BOMBS. You're gonna send her a digital packet full of dust. It just goes poof. Don't post a lot on X. I post stuff, but usually end up commenting on some of people's posts, mostly calling MCU fan a simp. Nice. I don't even understand that whole thing. I don't know if MCU fan is an actual fan of stuff, or if MCU fan likes the MCU or not. It's so meta. I don't get it. All right, so let's see. We're gonna go with Keister, Wick. I'm gonna go with Wick. Frostbelt, Granowald, Dunstall, Berwick. Hmm. Fine. Frostbelt, Granowald, Dunstall, Berwick, Ulfheim. 3, 4, 5. And we put after them. That makes sense. Uh, word works together, actually, now that I think about it. Rubbish. Weirdly enough. I think we're going to look at a better word here. Burn to scorch. It was a good one, but I don't like that word. I think we're going to go with swart or svart. And we're going to make it I liked Steam. So Froste. MCU fan. All right, let's see here. You mean the MCU? Think he does some MegaCon. He didn't say hi. Okay. Guess I was already following Moonskull. Wasn't 100%. MCU fan is a troll thing. He started as a hater of G&G, but then it became he's a Kristen Nova simp. So is he an actual hater of G&G? Or is he just some dude who likes G&G and he just is a dork? I don't really know. Didn't know anyone from chat was at MegaCon. I met Brimstone in line randomly. Oh, nice. MCU fan was my character in the first Royal Rumble at GG. Okay. He was compelled out of the ring by Warlock. Guy beat the guy in LSU gear making percent appreciation video with the Sasuke sisters again. They'll say we all wear name tags with their handles. Yeah, that would work. That makes sense. It's not a bad idea. And what we should do for Chrysanth is get her one of those headbands. It goes on their head, or on the head like this, but instead of the little dingly things that move around, it's just got a piece of metal that goes up, and there's a cardboard arrow that points, so you can see her in the crowd. What do you think, Chrysanth? Either that, or we just tie a red balloon on you and have it go up about 5 feet. Just like in the games. They kill me. MCU fan is not a hater of G&D, it's a giant troll. So he's pretending to hate him. Hello, Shadow Warden. That would be just a name tag for me. This guy with the Muppet at MegaCon figured that stood out. Sort of. Really? Well, hey, we want to be able to find you. People keep saying you're not tall, and I'm just helping you. 99 red balloons. Don't say that too loud, or Erudai will actually do that. Hey, Erudai didn't respond to my messages today, so he's busy doing something. He's not listening. He's not listening to me right now. All right, so balloon string must be longer than 4 feet. Wow. I'm listening to Crowded House. Don't dream it's over right now. Don't dream it's over, man. All right, so we've got Old crow color. Okay. Let's find a good name for her. Hmm. Some of those don't strike me as old. Element Doll, which meant noble. Saint Ada was a 7th century Frankish abbess at Le Mans. Okay. We're going to go with the girl names. All right. Adelgard, Adelgund, Adelheid. Adela. Alkfu. Alba. Okay. Meaning elf. Okay. Alfhilder. Alfhild. Well, okay, that doesn't help me. Okay, let's find the actual name of that one. Hold on. Alfhilder was composed of elf. Battle elf. Okay, that doesn't. What? Varga, Aska, Asmir, Asta. We're gonna find her a good, maybe a G name. It'll be Sigurd and Grimhild. Sounds a little severe. Okay, maybe we won't go with G. Maybe we'll find whatever we can find. How about that? Right. That's on. All right. Oh, yeah. If you're no longer than 4 feet, the blue will still only be a head height for Caleb. Wow, wow. For the Hildewara, Gothic name. Okay, Hildir. Hildir is a good one, but it's battle. Just again, they have a lot of battle names. I can find a good one. Irma. Whole or great? Teal. What's that? This means a kettle or a cauldron. Also means helmet. That's an interesting name for a girl. Hey, helmet, get over here. Kettle. Love it or gift. You know, gift. That is too hard to read. Linza. Don't love that one. Know the name when I see it. Or I'll make up a name based off of some of these sounds. Yeah, that's kind of a cool name, but I don't think anyone would like it. Okay. Ortrud. Ragna. Oh, that's a good one. Might go with that. Uh, so I'm having fun with these characters because the current King Sigurd is from the Feared of where do they call it? Frostfeld, the one that's the center of everything. His daughter and wife, his wife specifically, and by extension his daughter, technically, um his wife hails from Grendelwald, which is this area where Greenhaven is. And they're both devout followers of Kika. Let's say we'll get rid of that. Let's say hails from Greenwood and hails from Greenwald and a devout follower of Kika. They're there, and their daughter. Gotta find a really pretty name for the daughter, otherwise it'll be weird. I like Rosa, but Runa is kind of cool. Oh, interesting. Saskia. Dutch. German, meaning a Saxon. I think I'm gonna go with Saxa. Wife Ragnar hails from Grindelwald, and is devout for Kika, their daughter Saxa is the the Temple of Kika in I spelled priestess wrong. So his wife Ragna hails from Grenevald and is a devout follower of Kika. Their daughter Saxa is the high priestess of the Temple of Kika in Göteborg, which we talked about before. It's the only big temple that's made of stone that's up on the Mount of Göteborg, which is cool. And they bring an element of mischief and joy into his otherwise dour existence. So Saxa is a feminized variant of the word that means basically Saxa, Saxon. So Saskia, it literally derives from the word, the old High German word meaning knife. So Sax or Sax. So she is the knife. All right. Kiki is one to follow. Saxa is sexy. Wait, a Saxa. S-A-X-A. I think you could. Once you learn my face, you don't forget. I mean, Gary doesn't forget my face. I've never met any of those people. I've hopped in their chats before and I've said stuff and people are like, Froste! Other people are like, who? Who the hell is this guy? I'm like, yeah, they wouldn't know me. They don't know who the hell I am. They don't know me. They don't know me. Oh, what is it going to put me into for next song? Okay, well, that's an interesting song. A little bit of Laura Branigan. I don't really want to hear that song. We'll put something else on. Try that. Listen to Billy Joel, Downeaster Alexa. I'd run up to you and say hi, Frost. You'd run up to me and you'd say hi and then kick me in the shin. You weren't wearing your usual LSU gear, and Gary said I didn't look right without it. You probably didn't remember my name though. Hey, I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Getting recognized. Something by Paul Simon. The next song right after this is The Boxer by Simon and Garfunkel. And then the one after that, it says, is Billy Joel's Allentown, and then Mark Cohn, Walking in Memphis. I don't know. It's just choosing strange songs now. I gotta get famous so they'll have me on I don't know, a panel show somewhere like Tuesday night's main event where I can't talk about anything game related. But I go out there and just stare at them. Hell, you guys want? Stop talking to me. Or on Friday Night Tights, but I'd have to be super famous and actually have a channel and be known. I have I think I have 95 followers now. 95 followers on YouTube. I am getting close to 100 people. I'm flying. 95. Woo! Poor Garfunkel. Both, right? Yeah, totally. Yeah. I don't watch entertainment. Entertainment, what's that? NDA sign. Old man yells about games. I love it. All right, so what else do we want to say about Ragna and Sexa? I don't know. We don't really need to. This is the government. But we've got at the lowest level, they're the people and the army. They report to the chieftain of their little area. So each one of these things is broken up into a number of little areas. Like, hey, the people south of the Hoffenwald are under my control, or I control everything from the Dunhofen to the east. I control everything from Aldholm up to the middle of the woods, and I control Einstock. So maybe there's 3 for that place. And they report to the Frostfjord, who rules that place, or in turn, the king, queen, marshal of the kingdom. So king, queen, Frostfjord, chieftains, people. Got it. Bam. We have figured out the politics of this place. I like it. Okay. Do I want to go to the next song? I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna flip over to Walking Memphis. Then I'll go back to the boxer. Make supercuts of your complaints on some of the games you play and stream. Oh my gosh. I think I'd probably lose followers at that point, wouldn't I? I don't have a channel, but I've been on smaller channels a few times. Last time was for my friend for his birthday, which is the day before mine. Oh, nice. Waiting to get invited on Moonskull only to read puns. Oh boy. I think there's somebody working against that very thing happening, Cajun Corey. I don't know who it could be. Her name starts with Chris and ends with Amp. You have one person lobbying against you. And she controls the doors and the lobbying. Let's get out of that. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go into the armies because we talked about the standing armies. I guess we could probably put those numbers in. Some DMs might want it, but I don't think that's going to be important. All right, I'm looking at all the stuff in front of me. Mentally, visually pin things and move them around. If just running through some stuff in my head because we've been talking in the a little while ago. We talked about a system that I suggested that Moss bring up to Erudai because we were using it. It's some stuff he worked up for Fear of Ages Past that I thought could use a little bit of tweaking and polishing, and then we could use it for Legend Seeker. for running mass battles. So if players are involved in like, hey, there's an army siege in this fort, but you guys have to do something, a way to roll and have the mass battle going on, having the forces fighting back and forth against each other, and the players' actions beforehand may actually influence how that battle goes. But yeah, just having them interacting so they could take their action to actually do something to help the army rather than just doing an attack. And it worked out really well for Fear of Ages Past. If you haven't been watching Fear of Ages Past, you should go watch it. We're having a blast in that campaign. It is super, super deadly. My characters nearly died many times. And it's tense, everything that happens. He has some permanent scars. And we're in the middle of quite a battle at the moment. All right, so that's in Göteborg. All right, this is good. I haven't written a ton here, but I got a huge thorn out of my paw that I was waiting to do for this. All right, I'm going to read back through this. At the head of the kingdom of Friesland is a king or queen who is also referred to as Marshal, a throwback to Marsalk or Palias, the ancient Friesland and Agrine words for a horse servant or tribal leader. He or she is served by the Froste, the lords who watch over the territories of Friesland at the royal family's pleasure. There are 6 members on this council, corresponding to the 6 fyrds that Friesland is divided into. Each Frostfjord has a number of local chieftains that control his or her lands, pledging fealty yearly at a moot where they strategize, make treaties, hold weddings, and pay their taxes. The current king is Sigurd, also known as Sigurd the Red and Old Crow Collar, for the crows that followed in the wake of his battles against invading orcs in his youth. I'm going to have to reword that a little bit, but it's almost there. Their numbers feasting upon the mounds of the dead invaders. His wife, Ragna, hails from Grenewald and is a devout follower of Kika. Their daughter, Saxa, is the high priestess of the Temple of Kika in Göteborg. They bring an element of mission and joy into his otherwise dour existence. The 6 fyrds of Friesland are Hrosfeld, Grenewald, Dunstow, Barrowick, Ulfheim, and Svarsten. I mean, that all works. I'm not going to be breaking down like this place sends out grain and blah blah blah. Not going to be worrying about that stuff because we've got other things to think about besides that. So we go back into here. Nope, I'm stuck in. Am I stuck in unable to be zooming in and out mode again? Let's see if I can get it to work again. Dang it, it won't let me zoom in and out anymore. I hate it when it does that. This bug, I hate this bug. All right, we're going to save it. We're going to okay, so I'm currently busy. We're going to reopen the map. Maybe the Punishers trio could make an appearance. No. I got behind when the release time was changed and it interferes with my other shows. Unfortunately, it has been placed on the back burner. Back burner. Yeah, the good thing is you can watch them whenever, because we're not doing, obviously we, don't do the premiere the same way with the chat. So you can watch them whenever. So you'll have to pick up on them later. Yeah, we've gotten into some interesting scrapes. We're now dealing with I can't remember his name. Halston. It's an orc called the Many-Handed. He has a necklace of right hands around his neck. He's a bad guy. All right, so we've got this all figured out. How are we doing on time, by the way? I should check. 35. We got 25 minutes left. Okay. So I could go into, I'm going to put an entry for each one of these here with a quick note about each one of them. Well done, Stowe. Whoops. Better wick. Time and Svartstone. I'm gonna grab each one of these and we're gonna put a heading on them. Okay, here we go. By the way, have you guys seen, I don't know if you watch X or other things, there is people are doing those VO videos, but they're doing a lot of Bigfoot ones. There's a vlog one with Bigfoot who's hanging out with a Yeti. And some of those things they're really bad in some cases. They're like horrible, stupid looking, and whatever. But other ones are pretty damn funny. They're pretty damn funny. There we go. Is it a mind goblin? Not a mind goblin. All the good guys have necklaces made of right hands. What did you do to the poor orc? Hey, he's been trying to kill us for a little while here, I think. And woof. All right, this is just going to be the fjord that contains the land surrounding Göteborg. Extends from the eastern... I don't remember what that river's called. Bordering Thornwold. Northern mountain fortresses. Yes, from the eastern shore of the river bordering Thornwold, because I don't remember the name of it, includes the northern mountain fortresses. I may have not named that one. Northern mountain fortresses. Oops. Dunberga in the east. And the northern shore of Lake Hagen in the southeast. Yeah. Here contains land surrounding Göteborg. It extends from the eastern shore of the river bordering Thornwold, includes the northern mountain fortresses, Dunberg in the east, and the southern shore of Lake Hagen in the south. Okay, that'll remind me where it is if I ever lose my visual reference. This is good. Yeah, the big ones are hilarious. There was one where he was eating he was doing something and he's like, I'm gonna totally calm myself down because he found drugs or something, and he's like, I gotta calm myself down by eating this mushroom. And then he's like having a problem with that. It was bad. There's one at the end where he's sitting there, there's a raccoon curled up in his lap and he has a can of beer. And he's just like, ugh. All right. Grindelwald. This feared. Of the all of the Kingswold. Mordecai's Corone. Black Hills. That's too many L's in Hills. How many L's does Hills have? Let's go with 2. All right. Feared encloses all the Kingswald, Mordecai's Throne, and the Black Hills. It the Eastern River across the shore from Silverton, which is a dwarven outpost in that area. Of Austin. Feared encloses all the Kingswold. I'll say the entirety of. We'll go with entirety. Entirety of the Kingswold, Mordecai's Throne, and the Black Hills. It ends at the Eastern River across the shore from Silverton and south to the Golden Hills north of Austin. All right, that helps. Now let's see. We have Dunstow, Berwick, Wolfheim, and Svartson. Because that's the Blackstone area. So we got this one, which I think is going to be Elfheim. Okay, skipping it. What are we going to listen to? What are we going to hear next? What's the next song? It is... Okay, evidently it's putting on Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline. That's a weird one to go to. Okay, we're all over the damn place today. Next, it'll be playing me some Bella Fleck and the Flecktones or something. The Yeti vlogs are funny too. Yeah, exactly, Shadowborn. They are pretty weird, but funny. But I like them. They're a little disturbing in some of the cases. The one where the guy got some stuff from Albuquerque from his friend. They're blue crystals, and he crushes them up, and he eats them and says they taste terrible, then snorts them, and then he's like, ah! He's just running with his selfie stick. This sphere contains the... And... the village of Wald in the south. Dunbour and the village of Wald in the south. Dunbour and the village of Wald in the south. So we don't have that. I don't think I named that river. I'm gonna have to look again. Follows the river bordering Solinar in the west. And the river... And the river... We'll say in the... Let's see, ends at the northern shore. The northern shore. It follows the river bordering Solinar to the west and ends at the northern shore of the river Ain in the south. Okay. Makes sense, yeah. The village of Walden. So for the river bordering Solinar to the west. I gotta do something really quickly with that overlay once. Let me see here. Where is my overlay? Grab this. Gonna move this real quick. Gonna move this. Yeah, okay. All right. Sorry. River. What is that place called? What did we call it? Froste. Rossfeld in the east. Ends at the northern shore. Oops. And ends at the northern shore of the river Ain. Ain in the south. No, I'm not listening to Tiffany. I'm not doing that. I'm not listening to Tiffany. You can't make me. Go to Dirty Laundry by Don Henley instead. Go. Interesting. Okay. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Dunstall, Barrowick, and Svarston. So we've got this one, and this one. So we got 3 of them here. So, Dunstow is a holy meeting hill and stuff. But I think we're going to call this is going to be Barrowick because Port Barrow is there. I think. It would be weird if you had the place called Port Barrow in there and it's not there. Yeah. This contains into the southeastern coast. The Hinderwald in the south, Austinwald in the north. Or I guess technically, now that I think about it, let me see here. I think we're going to probably move this down because I think Austinwald, because Austinwald is part of this, I think Austinwald would technically be in the other one, the other region. Because if we take this down here, it would border the woods a little better. And then we take this one, we go blurp. Oh, that's going to be weird. Oh, we got too many little control points in here. That's the problem. All right, we'll bring this control point down with this one here. Put our control points here, and it'll look like Christmas. There. We'll do it that way. Because then Austinwald and Austin are both in there. Because they're supposed to be sister cities. All right. Hinderwald in the south. Up to the land surrounding Austinwald in the north. Okay. Southeastern coast, the Hinderwald in the south. The Hinderwald. All right. Land of the southern coast, including Hinderwald. Hinderwald, Port Barrow in the south, up to the land surrounding Austinwald in the north. As Port Rache. Port Revenge. All right. So then we have Dunstow, or Svartstone. Which one of these would be the Blackstone? I think this has the hills. That would be good. So Svartstone, I think, is we're gonna call that because this is gonna have all the edge of the coast here with all the stones. Okay, we'll go with that. So Dunstow will be where Hagenveld, Ostenwald, and Austin are. Well, now that I think about it, because this is Blackstone, I wonder if maybe that should be there. When we put the Holy Hill over here. Hmm. Thinking. Because Dunstone used to have the holy thing in it. I'm thinking that that's going to work out better in here. Okay, we're going to go with that. How am I doing on time? Oh, I got 8 minutes left. This feud is, let's see, contains or controls. We'll try that word in there. We'll see. A good portion of the agricultural heartland of Fryland. Okay, that works. What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? We've got lights on. Sure, we'll do that. Oops, no space in that. Including towns of Hagenveld, Austin, Mold, and Austin. Hills north of Austin. Okay. Towns of Hagenveld, Austin, Mold, and Austin. There's an ancient from which it draws its name. Okay. So there's an ancient temple to Arendor in the Great Hills in the center of the sphere from which it draws its name. An ancient valley and temple to Arendor in the Great Hills in the center of the sphere from which it draws its name. So as is, for Arendor, everything is, nature reclaiming everything. So it's a natural bowl village. It's basically, or a bowl temple. It's like an outdoor amphitheater of nature. So it is a very wild, crazy place, which we'll cover at some point. I'll probably have to write that one up. Um, right. The Great Valley is essentially an outdoor amphitheater of natural beauty and power unspoiled by mankind. All right. And we've got Froste. Okay. The rocky southern coast of Frylund is encapsulated within the sphere. What's my phone doing here? What do you need, phone? Somebody dinged my camera out there. Who's dinging my camera? Who is it? Is it Puddin again? Is he being a bad cat? Oh no, it's Benji. I want to go say hi to Benji. I'm gonna be I'll go say hi to Benji in a couple minutes. He'll come back. He's just sitting there eating right now. Where's that kid? Wait. Is that Calvino? No, that's Benji. Wow, he got floofy. Today he got floofy. I haven't seen Benji since yesterday. He was up a tree last night, just hanging out, kind of laying on the branch, like I don't even care. I'm just hanging out up here. Like, yeah, you're trying to kill birds. I know. Port town of Eldholm. The river town of Einstock. Dunhafen. Orcharisisra? I don't even know what that word was that I tried to type. All right. Oop. I don't know what I hit there. I hit a button. All right. The rocky southern coast of Freyland is encapsulated within this fiord, including the port town of Aldholm, the river town of Einstock, the fortress town of Dunhofen, and the ancient Hafenwold itself. Nice. We got all the fiords. We got all of them figured out. We got them all written. We got them drawn out. We got everything figured out. We got the politics in hand, man. Benji! He's a happy little Benji. Oh my gosh, he has such good ears. He's 14 feet or 20 feet that way across the basement through a plate glass patio door. I said that, and he, on the camera, he went. I love it. What were you saying was built into Ravine Grotto? Oh yeah, the valley, that valley is definitely it's a dell basically. It's a ravine, it's a valley, and it's just a natural, like the amphitheater of nature. It's just there's a temple in there that is as normal for Arendor. It is not much of a temple. It's natural stone where people can go and see the nature. And in this place, there is the great table that they use has a tree growing through it that has just shattered it, but all the roots and everything are holding it all together. So it's the ultimate symbol of Arendor, and nature is just boom. Benji. All right, well, I'm going to get ready here to go because I have my other game starting in a moment, too. It's a busy night for the old wizard. The hot time in the old town tonight. So, thank you all for coming on by. This has been Frost Written. I'm working on the lore for Legend Seeker, the RPG that Rudai is making, and we got a ton of stuff done on the government and the layout and the setup of the Kingdom of Freyland. We'll be doing this for all the other kingdoms as we go along and coming up with more cool places and stuff. So please leave a like, a comment, and give me some thoughts on other things you want to see in the other governments and any other kind of notations you'd want as a player or a DM, so that you read through the book, you get some cool little details. And I will see you all tomorrow night on Wednesday After Dark, but I will see you Thursday also for more of this here on this channel. So Wednesday After Dark is on Moonskull. The Frost Written streams are over here on Legend Seeker. So I hopefully will have Restream behaving so we can have it on Kick as well on Thursday. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. I'm going to get out of here, and I will talk to you all later. Have a great night.